Welcome back to the Romanian River channel and my playthrough of Europa Barbarorum 2. Well, I have discovered where Noria tentatively is supposed to be located, which is somewhere in the Alps. Where, I have no bloody clue. There's not even the modern day scholars know. But somewhere in this area, I would say, roughly. Considering the general theme of the games, I would assume it's somewhere around here. But yeah, there it is, Noria. So it's a boy settlement. Huh. Two birds, one stone, basically. Oh yes. Our current army is still on the march, as it was last time when we left off. Do we have enough troops though? I would suppose yes, it's only one settlement, it's not a full-blown war. We'll have a lot of cavalry. Though I would prefer a bit more infantry for city fight. Well, city fighting to be precise. Two of those guys will do quite well. Which means we'll have to deploy northward for a bit. Told you guys it would take a couple of episodes to get going, but at least this will have enough time to actually complete both of them. Yep, he's accepting. Wow, the Nabateans really spread out. It would actually be an interesting faction to play. Syracuse the north, Ptolemy's the south, but the entire Arabian Peninsula more or less themselves. It would be an interesting game, that much I know. Wow, really have to take care of Syracuse. Our ally needs to be helped at least. So Noria is probably, I think, the most westward settlement. Come to think of it, how did the Romans beat the Boyoi? That's an interesting question. Or if the Boyoi just fell apart way before that point. Historical boundaries. And who the hell's trading with another rebel settlement? It's either the one in south of Spain, or it's the island right off the coast. In either case, oh boy. That means two potential settlements in the Mediterranean for me. Once we take them, of course. course. Good. In all honesty, let's meet up here. Come on, where is he? Did he lose loyalty? We have enough to get the coast, I think, right? Right. Oh, okay. We'll get here. Can those guys even march that much? How about we have this guy who we can send with some troops, and we'll also produce some more garrison forces. Not the best, but what you gotta do. Wow. Uh-huh. This one needs to get going, and so does this one. A lot of damn settlements. The Gab.ai world is growing quite nicely. So it's most likely this one. Possibly this one. Because that one's unlikely to have been rebelled. That's gonna be a seaborne assault. Another interesting prospect. Yeah, most likely is the one in south of Spain. Where was it though? Because it would have to be something with a port. This most likely. Semitic. Okay, that's interesting. we have enough room for 3 troops, to be honest. Extra cavalry and 2 more shock units. Well, at least the Carthaginian is managing to keep them off his back for the most part. But that's one highly decorated general with a puny ass force, to be honest. We'll probably only sack Syracuse, not slaughter it. And once it is properly pacified and rendered into a democratic, or well, most possibly a democratic state, because I want to see if I can get some Libyan infantry for myself. What? 20 plus charge? Fucking hell. I can probably replace my cavalry partially with those guys. Granted, they won't be as fast, but the enemy will be like, yeah, these are pikemen, we're not gonna have any issues with them. Well, they're charging. Fuck. Oh yes. Let's go. Slow moving, but well equipped. Okay, this is building. The most loyal of you scumbags. You're young, you're slightly older. So you get to take these guys off for a walk. Hopefully don't... Hey! Didn't say you can take this guy as well. Queues are always stalled. 4. Do we have enough room for 4? We have enough room for 3. We'll probably swap out one of the cavalry units, one of these guys, to be precise. Because I suspect we have enough cavalry as is. Let's check around. That's why. Well, he's a good guy to have. That would mean we'd have to select the heir right away after the ruler dies so we can make sure this army actually stays loyal. Because this is a lot of shit. Oh, with this guy, hopefully shit will not go bad. Please be erudite. No, he's a client ruler. And mistrusted. Fuck. I wonder if the Syracuse expedition will end in treason. Because that would be a lot of people to betray me. But the new ruler would have a surprising amount of influence from the get-go. We'll just have to be careful when the ruler dies, the current one that is. we select from the most competent of the guys we have on the expedition as the heir apparent. After I take Syracuse, I think we'll take either the Romans or the kind of a tough choice, to be honest. Carthaginians are already allied, so that would wreck my reputation. Hyastan's allied, Pontics are allied, Ptolemies could be a target, considering they're at war with Hyastan. And I could take the eastward side, which would render me quite rich. And would also open up expansion options with the potential of getting Indian elephants. The Boyar and the Legiones could also be an issue to take care of. We're gonna leave the Eporots basically last because I kinda like them, and frankly I would prefer please be able to move. Thank you. There we go. Expeditionary force more or less ready. Another trireme is ready to reinforce the naval element, which should make it pretty difficult to tackle. I'm definitely gonna hit the Ptolemy with a fucking sledgehammer. They keep stealing my most advanced title. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. Well, a man can be vain when he has this big of a empire to rule. Bring in another one, and you guys most loyal. Actually, who's the ruler of this place? That guy. So you, considering you're also loyal, you get to do that. And you're fairly young too. Some power will probably do you good. Okay, now we set sail for Syracuse directly. That looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns with the debarkation.
Adoni.
I did not. Ah, well. Okay, let's train a couple more. You should have the possibility. Yes, you do. And you as well. Holy sweet Jesus, charge bonus 28. Wait, are the Illeroi that much into charging? No, only those guys. And it crashed. Be right back. And we're back, and hopefully no longer crashing. In the near future, at least. Now, did we regain this guy? Yes, we did. Okay, so... well, in fairness... we have to lose them. because yeah, technically it would have been a safe scum, so fairness and fairness. But damn, 20 fucking 8, that's not powerful, that's a fucking tank. Okay, so new spies up. This, okay. The swap hasn't gone down yet. It will now. Let's not repeat the mistake. You just go directly there. You go directly there. You go here. And you go over here. Dankeschön. Now, over here. And we save just in bloody case, because the game seems to love me. That would be a fucking problem. That would be a very big fucking problem. Everything else... basically, it's an infantry fight. This one not so much an infantry fight. And now we found out where. Okay, so they're fucking hoplites. I mean, do my hoplites have that much of a charge? I did not know that. That is significant. What about you guys? Uh-huh, now I know. How the hell did I miss this for this many episodes? In any case... no crashing? Good. Let's get a move on. See how quickly we can get to Syracuse. That's a Roman. Are the Romans at war with the Boyoi? Because if they are, that complicates things magnificently. Especially considering that town they're going towards, if I'm not mistaken, was Noria. Noria, or Noria. Whatever it was pronounced like. Oh yeah, a side bit of history lesson. Noria is a lost city in, well, historians think it's somewhere in the Austrian Alps. And apparently that thing was the capital of a fairly important minor Celtic kingdom, because they, ironically at least for me, traded a large amount of weapons to the Romans back when the Romans were still a republic and they were still figuring out how to find, or basically how to make, proper swords, because back in the early Iron Age most swords were actually weaker than the older, more refined bronze swords. You think, but iron isn't that weak. Well, technically it is, unless it has enough carbon in it, and not all sources of iron ore were rich in carbon, which means a fair amount of... let's see how good you are. Very royal, decently influential, religious, Dalmatian, welcoming to foreigners, man grown so fairly young. Yeah, charismatic thing's a bit bad, but overall good guy to have around. Can we? Yes, we can. That should keep things nice and fluffy. Scourger is growing quite nicely. You would think with these being, technically speaking, a phalanx, they'd get a charge bonus. And they're not better armored either. I guess that's what you get when you imitate more than anything else. Okay, let's check around some more. Again, no charge bonus. Fairly good defense on those guys though. This thing isn't gonna be far off growing either. This one's a bit longer, but not more than what, 90 turns. Overall, not a long time for this game. This one's gonna be the next one that's gonna be a major one, especially considering its overall location. And this thing does not have a port. Or does it? Yes, it does. There it is. I gotta say, kinda like the Illyrian option. I think I'll convert most of these guys to that sort. The Allied States, that is. Give us a damn good unit to put into holding lines. And also doing nasty shit when given the opportunity in the side of an enemy. Also, the one thing I really like about this game is that it auto-saves when you click turn. Which does save your ass quite magnificently a lot of times. Can the Roman even dislodge the boyoi before his Marian reform? Because I don't think he can. Though, thinking about it, the boyoi could be used, or the legiones could be used to declare war on boyoi or the other way. Either to weaken each other or possibly skip out on me having to actually go up there and murder fuck both of them. Only have to murder fuck one bigger of them. Tactical genius. Not really lent itself well to strategic planning, but you never know. Oh, and by the way, I hear with the Fall of Cadia campaign, though considering this episode will probably air a good 2 to 3 months after that thing launched, which is currently about 1 or 2 weeks ago, I think. I hear there that Creed actually managed to trick Felbadon the Harmless, or Armless, whichever you prefer, into looking at him while a rather pissed off saint stabbed him in the ghoulies. Well, technically it wasn't in the ghoulies, it was in the spine, which is a bit more nasty to deal with. Granted, you won't be too happy with getting stabbed in the ghoulies, but swag! You get boyoi, retainers, elite troops. Okay, just check. How much does... Okay, we're getting some regardless. And we'll build up a couple of units and use them there. I'm not opposed to having boyar retainers, which sound like a barbarian version of Roman legionaries by the looks of things. Wouldn't be surprised if some certain civilization did take notes from them. There we go. That should help things out and allow us to raise bloody taxes for bloody ones. Such an odd civilization, such an odd mixture of influences in this area, to be honest. Temple of Fun. Ah, now I recognize why it's such a fucking clusterfuck. Alexander was through here. To be honest, knowing of those guys' charge bonus really makes me anxious to face proper hoplites now. Let's save again for time-based reasons, because if I'm not mistaken we are at 30 minutes more or less. The crash did kind of make me lose a bit of tracking with the time, but even if we're a couple of minutes underneath, last time we went about 2 over, so yeah. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, BAFTA!